election. State governors meet in Aso Rock, Senate to Buhari declare emergency on security. This is an talking point.
Yeah, it is.
And it's a very sad one.
Yeah, I mean, it's deja vu. I mean, like Kagara. Reminds you of what we saw a few months ago. It's happening all over again. If you're dreaming, you think that it's the same dream. You know, really sad. And the quick response is what Nigerians expect, and what has happened. We must move quickly to try to bring back these hostages, as I like to call them. 42 people now. Even one person is important. Now this is 42. We know that 27 students and about 12 members of families of staff of the school and 3 members of staff. The principal of the school has really narrated what happened. There was an eyewitness also who told the story about how the bandits dressed in military fatigue. Again, I don't know how they get this military fatigue. Came into the school, proclaimed that they were soldiers and that the boys should not run. About 600 boys in the dormitory. Of course, some fled. Eventually, they killed one Benjamin, who was shot dead because maybe he raised the alarm or he wanted to run away. He was killed. He was shot in cold blood and died there. And they tied them in pairs, and motorbikes moved them away. Motorbikes moved them away. I've heard the story of the vast forest between Niger states, Kaduna states, Zamfara to the north, and maybe Katsina, that area. And those forests are treacherous. And with the Kankara boys, we know that they had to discuss to bring them out. Nobody rescued them because those forests were too vast for anybody to come. Even if you use helicopters, it's hard to find them. So we don't know. They're already moved. The government in Niger is saying they're using militants. They're using two bandits, one from Zamfara, ex-bandits, and one from Katsina, to try to reach out to them. If that's the method, the government have said they use kinetic and non-kinetic means, and that means whatever way, except paying a ransom. According to the government, it's not paying the time because this when you pay them this money, emboldens them, empowers them to buy more RPGs and more AK-47. So he's not going to pay a ransom. I don't think that paying a ransom is the government that will do that. The National Security Advisor has arrived in Mina along with a big delegation that includes the IG. I hear some of the service chiefs are also there. And a few ministers, Minister of Information, Minister of Interior, Police Minister. I think their discussion will center on the first thing is to get these people back before the window closes. Those bandits, the ones that kidnapped the 21 from the NST on Monday, I don't think those people will return the boys without collecting ransom. I mean, we saw the video. They were carrying RPGs, AK-47. It was a show of force, by bandits, criminal bandits that are clearly behaving like terrorists now because that's what indeed they are. This is Boko Haram.
They're not very crazy and
it's the modus operandi of the Boko Haram. They took Chibok girls. It's the same style. They will kidnap people. They will make a video. They will taunt the security forces. They will threaten the abductees. They will ask for ransom. Already, they have made a demand for ransom. 500 million is what they say they want for 42 people.
The governor is saying he will do
this. I mean, this is not even the governor. I think that if your ransom is going to pay, it's not him. The governor has traveled to Abuja to brief the president. He was in Abuja yesterday. And the governors, 36 of them, I don't know if all of them attended, but they had an NGF meeting that lasted up until this morning. They have not usually communicated yet. But I know that, indeed, they are worried about this situation. Katsina just happened in December. It's a little over 60 days. Kagara has happened. They don't know where next, They don't know. That's why the Senate yesterday was anger. The 3 senators representing Niger, 3 of them, they blew their top, They blew their top, and one of them, Senator Enagi, actually called the President Buhari administration incompetent in handling security matters. At the end of the day, the Senate President tried to calm things, but they said declare a state of emergency on security in this country. And a lot of people are supporting them because they think maybe that's the next best thing to do now. Otherwise, how do we resolve this problem? It's happening everywhere, in the north especially. Almost, there's nowhere safe. You look at Kaduna, there's no story from Kaduna that people have been killed. Borno is still happening. Zamfara, the governor, I'm sure that he's confused. If you decide, maybe I will not contest. I mean, because
give amnesty to
he has not enjoyed one day of his governorship.
Yes.
Every day is paying bandits to repent. We saw the story of Awalu, the one that was the brain behind the Kankara kidnapping. They are forgiving him now. He was a former armed robber, a former a cattle rustler, then a bandit, and a gun runner. And they said, I've forgiven him. You know, I'm sure maybe it's the one they are talking to, try to talk to these bandits. But the situation has left Nigerians and Nigeria in awe of where we're going next. You know, in this country.
Are we going to keep paying them every time they kidnap someone?
Amnesty.
Are we going to keep forgiving criminals?
Are you going to allow 42 boys go to waste because they don't want to pay a ransom? It's a counter argument. And I'm sure that when the NSA convenes a meeting today, it's a question they'll ask themselves: how do we get this 42 back quickly as possible, before the window closes? The two buggers have not all returned because there was delay in establishing them.
Yes.
You know, if it's in the US, we have seen how the US runs the operations. They call the quick reaction force. If it happens, the QRF tries to get them, but we don't.
After 72 hours, they have the chance of getting them back.
Let's be truthful. We don't have QRF. Yes, yesterday as soon as it happened, the president mobilized, but I'm sure that the kidnappers already have an advantage. They've already gone. They already made the headway. You know, so the best thing to do now is to approach them and dialogue. And how do you dialogue with criminal bandits, terrorists, who is Boko Haram 2.0? Other than they'll tell you now, release the people you have arrested and give us money. And that's all the language you know anyway. And if you want your 42 back, you have to consider all of these options. The National Security has said it, very different from what Governor Sani Bello is saying. Sani Bello said I will not pay his dime. But the NSA is saying that all options are on the table. We will dialogue, we will negotiate, we will give amnesty. You know?
He's giving amnesty the best way, really.
It's one of the ways they gave Niger Delta militants amnesty. That's why Shingumi is saying that the bandits learned from the Niger Delta militants. You know, on complimentary remarks, but if you want to be neutral and interpret it, they're probably not wrong. Somebody called them and showed us and insisted that is he wrong? Is it not the government that first gave Niger Delta militants amnesty? We argued, you know, Smart and I, that the different scenarios. Niger Delta militants never kidnapped school children, but they kidnapped foreign workers. I mean, foreign workers' life no matter. I mean, you know, this is where we find our country at this time, but I think that, again, as they say, leadership must prevail. Yeah. If it's to declare a state of emergency of security in this country, I think the president should consider it, because his entire Senate concurred on this matter yesterday.